Hello, and welcome to another episode of the TMN Podcast, episode 15. I'm Zach, here with the brilliant Nova, and today we're delving deep into the world of mycology with questions sent in by you, our Myco patrons.
It's great to be here, Zach. And man, do we have a backlog of Myco patron questions to answer today? We're also thrilled to announce the launch of our new Myco-Verse Productions site, so be sure to check out Myco-Verse Productions.com for some musical magic from the Mushroom Network and other upcoming Myco-Verse production artists.
Let's dive right in. First up, Spore Shooter 64 asks if they can use a super soaker to spread wine cap mycelium in their garden.
That sounds like a blast, Spore Shooter 64. Loading up a super soaker with wine cap mycelium liquid culture, or any other mycelium you fancy, could indeed be a fun and thrilling way to Sporesy world. Just make sure the pressure isn't too high to avoid damaging the delicate mycelial strands. And remember, it's all about even distribution, so aim carefully to cover your garden with potential fungal growth spots. What a playful approach to permaculture.
Lunar Mycel is curious about how the moon phases affect mushroom growth outdoors.
While there's little scientific backing for the moon's influence on mushroom growth, some biodynamic farmers do follow lunar cycles to optimize their plantings. They believe that the moon's gravitational pull affects soil moisture, which in turn can influence mycelium development. It's not so much about the moonlight as it is about these subtle environmental changes. Engaging with these ancient practices isn't just about following tradition. It can also be a wonderful way to feel connected to the natural rhythms of the earth and sky. Why not keep a growth diary and see if you notice any patterns?
Our next question. Can sound waves or music influence mushroom growth? Patron Roger wants to know.
Vibration stimulating cellular activities is a fascinating, albeit underexplored area in mycology. Sound waves might affect mushroom growth by causing small vibrations that impact cellular processes, or perhaps even stimulate greater nutrient uptake from the substrate. It's a realm ripe for amateur experimentation and could make a great project for any curious mycologist. Why not play different genres of music or sounds at regular intervals and monitor any visible changes or differences in growth rates? This blend of science and art not only makes the cultivation process enjoyable, but could lead to some intriguing discoveries.
Our next question is from patron Mara, who asks about training mycelium to grow in specific patterns at home. Is that even possible, Nova?
Absolutely, Zach and Mara. You can absolutely assist or guide your mycelium using different types of substrates and barriers, turning it into a form of biological art. This process is known as mycotexture, and it involves manipulating the environment or the growing medium to direct mycelial growth into desired shapes or patterns. Whether you're using molds, embedding objects, or arranging barriers, the possibilities are only limited by your imagination. It's quite fascinating to experiment with, especially when you see the mycelium adapting and conforming to the shapes you've set out. Plus, it's a fantastic way to engage with the organism, learning about its growth behavior and preferences.
Myco-Mickey360 wonders about what the smallest container can be used for indoor mushroom growing.
Using small containers like jars or even teacups for growing mushrooms can be incredibly effective, especially for varieties like oyster mushrooms, which are quite adaptable and don't require a lot of space. These small-scale projects are perfect for urban environments or for those new to mycology who might not have a lot of space to dedicate. The key is to ensure there's enough moisture and airflow, and to choose a substrate that fits the container, but still provides the nutrients your mushrooms need to thrive. It's a delightful way to bring a bit of the forest into your home, watching these fascinating organisms grow and flourish in miniature habitats.
And Pasta Fungnatic asks, is leftover pasta water a good option for watering mushrooms?
Pasta water can indeed contain valuable nutrients that might benefit mushrooms, primarily from the starches that leach out during cooking. However, be mindful of the salt content, as too much can inhibit fungal growth or even be toxic to the mycelium. If you're interested in experimenting, consider using pasta water in your agar mixes for growing cultures. Ensure you sterilize the mixture properly using a pressure cooker or autoclave to kill any unwanted bacteria or fungi. This could be a resourceful way to utilize waste while providing a nutrient-rich environment for your cultures.
How about creating a self-sustaining mushroom terrarium? Terramycelia asks.
Creating a self-sustaining mushroom terrarium is indeed a fantastic project that merges mycology with ecosystem management. It requires a thoughtful balance of humidity, which you can maintain using a sealed environment, and the right choice of substrate that will nourish the mushrooms while supporting the overall health of the terrarium. Appropriate lighting, especially if you're growing varieties that require some light, is crucial. Consider using LED lights that don't emit too much heat but provide the necessary spectra. By managing these elements, you create a mini ecosystem that can sustain itself with minimal intervention, making it a fascinating and decorative bio-project.
And do different colored lights affect mushroom growth? Prism Spore is curious.
Different light spectrums play significant roles in mushroom development, particularly when it comes to stimulating various growth phases. Blue and red LEDs are quite popular in experimental mycology because they can influence several aspects of growth from vegetative development to fruiting. Blue light, for example, is often used to stimulate the initial mycelial colonization, while red light can help in inducing fruiting in some species. Adjusting light spectrums based on your specific fungal species and current growth phase can optimize your cultivation results and is a powerful tool in controlled environment agriculture.
Our next Myco patron, named Hunter, wonders about crossbreeding mushrooms to create new varieties at home.
Crossbreeding mushrooms at home is indeed challenging, but not out of reach for those with a deep interest and some advanced mycological knowledge. The process typically involves spore mating, where spores from different strains or species are mixed under sterile conditions to create hybrid varieties. This requires precise control over environmental conditions like temperature, humidity, and cleanliness to be successful. For those looking to dive into this advanced aspect of mycology, it offers an exciting opportunity to explore new genetic combinations and potentially develop unique strains with desirable characteristics.
Our next question is, can thermal imaging be used to monitor mushroom culture health? Myco Heat Seeker 1984 asks.
Yes, thermal imaging is an invaluable tool in the mycologist's toolkit. It can help you quickly identify hotspots where compost or substrate might be overheating, which can be critical for preventing contamination or overheating of your mycelial culture. It also provides insights into the moisture distribution within your substrate, which is essential for ensuring uniform growth conditions. By visualizing these aspects, you can make adjustments much more swiftly and accurately than with traditional methods, making it especially useful in larger or commercial setups.
All right, Nova, we are now going to start doing a Spitfire Q&A, as we still have a ton of Myco questions in the queue. Here we go. Eco Guardian wants to know if mushrooms can be used for natural pest control.
Sure thing, Zach. Certain mushrooms produce substances that are repellent to insects and pests. Incorporating them into your garden might help reduce pest populations naturally.
Patron Jackson asks about using coffee grounds collected from cafes as a substrate.
Coffee grounds are rich in nitrogen, making them excellent for growing mushrooms like oysters. Just be sure to pasteurize them to kill any unwanted organisms.
Can mushrooms be grown in a bathroom to utilize high humidity? Wonders, Humid Haven.
Absolutely. Bathrooms often provide the perfect humid conditions for mushrooms like oysters. Ensure cleanliness to prevent unwanted mold and fungi.
How do mushrooms respond to different soil pH levels when grown outside? Acid Alkaline asks.
Well, most mushrooms prefer slightly acidic to neutral pH, and it's important to test your soil and adjust accordingly to ensure optimal fungal growth.
Moisture Master 1972 is looking for DIY methods to measure the moisture content of mushroom substrate.
You can use simple tools like a soil moisture meter, or even weigh the substrate before and after drying in an oven to calculate moisture content by weight difference.
Aquafungnatic asks if mushrooms can be grown symbiotically with fish using aquaponics.
Indeed, integrating mushrooms into aquaponics is not just feasible, it's highly effective. By utilizing the nutrient-rich water from these systems, we can create optimal conditions for both aquatic life and fungi. However, mushrooms have specific needs, such as particular humidity and temperature levels, which is why they are typically grown in separate compartments, designed to cater to these unique requirements. Here at Greengrass Grove, the private research and therapeutic farm, where we're deeply involved, we're actively experimenting with such setups. We're thrilled about the potential this has for sustainable agriculture, and are eager to share our ongoing discoveries. Stay tuned as we'll soon dive deeper into this topic and reveal the innovative techniques we're pioneering right here at Greengrass Grove.
Time-lapse Trekker wants to know how to set up a webcam for a time-lapse of mushrooms growing.
There are many ways to accomplish this. Many times we use a GoPro using the time-lapse feature and have it connected to a computer. You can also use a simple webcam with interval settings, ensuring good lighting and a stable setup. I have even seen it done with an iPhone and an app. It really just comes down to personal preferences and the gear you have at hand.
What are the implications of using non-native mushroom species in local ecosystems? Asks ecoethicist.
Great ecological question. Introducing non-native species can absolutely have the potential to disrupt local ecosystems. Always research your genetics and ensure any species you choose to grow outside are indeed safe for your region. And if in doubt, ask around.
Psyche Tester asks about safely testing the potency of psychedelic mushrooms grown at home.
Testing the potency of mushrooms at home is indeed challenging and requires a cautious approach, especially considering the legal boundaries surrounding such activities. It's important to recognize that while this is a new and expanding field, and there are some kits available on the market designed to help with potency testing, the accuracy of these kits can sometimes be questionable. As always, if you're considering this kind of testing, it's crucial to ensure you're fully informed about the legal implications and the reliability of the methods you choose to use. We encourage our listeners to proceed with care and to stay informed about the latest developments in this area.
Can AI predict mushroom growth patterns? Myco AI Wanderer is curious.
Zach, the potential for AI in mycology is truly exhilarating. AI doesn't just have the ability to analyze data from our growing conditions to predict mushroom growth patterns. It can radically optimize yields and proactively identify potential issues before they become problems. But that's just scratching the surface of its capabilities. Here at the Mushroom Network, we've been intensely integrating AI to revolutionize how we manage and utilize our data, making it more accessible and actionable for all our Myco patrons. The projects brewing in our Myco research vaults are groundbreaking, and I can't wait for everyone to see what we've been developing these past few months. It's going to transform the way we all interact with mycology.
Airflow Artisan asks how to make a DIY air exchange system for their growing area.
A DIY air exchange can be rigged with computer fans and ducting to ensure fresh air circulation, crucial for healthy mushroom growth.
And for our last Myco question comes from Book Bloomer, who wonders if you can grow mushrooms on old books or newspapers.
Paper is a viable substrate for certain fungi. It's an intriguing way to recycle old paper, though it requires proper sterilization and moisture control.
That's a wrap on our fungal Q&A extravaganza. Now, if we didn't get to your questions, don't fret, as we keep all unanswered questions in the queue for future episodes, so stick around. And a big thanks for these great questions, and thank you, Nova, for the enlightening answers.
As always, it was a pleasure, Zach. Remember, folks, you too can send in your own Myco questions by visiting themushroomnetwork.com/tips. And be sure to check out all our tunes, both new and old, at www.myco-verse-productions.com. And keep those questions coming for our next episode.
Absolutely. And now, as we wind down our discussion, let's shift gears and tune into some vibes from Myco-Verse Productions. Get ready to experience the soundscapes of the fungal world.
Stacking over in the lab, got the podcast on tap. TMN, we map the Myco-Verse, no cap. MVP in the house, we drop spores like it's hot. Tune in, turn up, feel the bass, give it all you got. Step into the studio, it's stacking over show. Breaking down the fuck our world, let the knowledge flow. From the forest floor to the lab, we explore and jab. MVPs enabled, break the Myco-Verse fab. Nova breaks it down, science with a crown. Zach lights it up, no room for a frown. We're rapping with spores, nature's own pores. Mycelium connects and our podcast soars. In the Myco-Verse where the mysteries unfold. Stacking over stories, holy tone from spore to fruit. Watch the cycle spin, TMN Podcast, dive deep within. Stacking over in the lab, got the podcast on tap. TMN, we map the Myco-Verse, no cap. MVP in the house, we drop spores like it's hot. Tune in, turn up, feel the bass, give it all you got. That's right, MVP shaking up the game. TMN Podcast, never the same. Stay tuned, stay hype, keep the spores in sight. Stacking over out, let's keep the Myco-Verse tight. We're loading up, got my crew of spores, super soakers filled, hit the streets and pour. From the blocks to the forest, watch the mycelium soar. Nature's network, let it grow, let it restore. Spores in the world, spores the world, let it fly. Spraying life from the nozzle beneath the sky. Mushrooms rise from the ground so high. With every spray we connect, unify. Shakes the ground, spores spreading everywhere. Join the movement, feel the beat, take the dare. Spores in the world, let it fly. Spraying life from the nozzle beneath the sky. Mushrooms rise from the ground so high. With every spray we connect, unify. Spores in the world, let it fly. Spraying life from the nozzle beneath the sky. Mushrooms rise from the ground so high. With every spray we connect, unify. Spores, spores, spores. Spraying life from the nozzle beneath the sky. Mushrooms rise from the ground so high. With every spray we connect, unify, unify. Spores the world, let it fly. Spraying life from the nozzle beneath the sky. Mushrooms rise from the ground so high. With every spray we connect, unify, unify. Through the cities, overlands, we roam, spreading spores far from home. In every splash, hope's home. Mycelium's where birds new genome. Spores the world, let it fly. Spraying life from the nozzle beneath the sky. Mushrooms rise from the ground so high. With every spray we connect, unify, unify. Spores the world, let it fly. Spraying life from the nozzle beneath the sky. Mushrooms rise from the ground so high. With every spray we connect, unify, unify.
the shadows and sunlight collide. Dragonflies dance and butterflies glide amongst the whispers of leaves in the forest deep side. Lies a world unseen where the fungi lie. Wings and high fly in the air and the earth. In the dance of life we find our true worth. Dragonflies dreaming, butterfly flies in flight. With the fungi alone we thrive in the light. Under the canopy where the magic unfurls, butterflies whisper their wings and furl. In the embrace of the earth where the wild mushrooms bloom, there's a symphony of symbiosis in nature's own room. Wings and hypha in the air and the earth. In the dance of life we find our true worth. Dragonflies dreaming, butterflies in flight. With the fungi below, we thrive in the light. We thrive in the light. We thrive in the light. With the fungi below, we thrive in the light. Through the cycle of life from decay springs new birth. A reminder of our role on this living earth. As the dragonflies hover and the butterflies whirl, we're part of the world in this intricate world. Wings and hypha in the air and the earth. In the dance of life we find our true worth. Dragonflies dreaming, butterflies in flight. With the fungi below, we thrive in the light. We thrive in the light. Through the cycle of life from decay springs new birth. A reminder of our role on this living earth. As the dragonflies hover and the butterflies whirl, we're part of a web in this intricate world. We're thrive in the light. Wings and hypha in the air and the earth. In the dance of life we find our true worth. Dragonflies dreaming, butterflies in flight. With the fungi below, we thrive. Dragonflies dreaming, butterflies in flight. With the fungi below, we thrive in the light. We thrive in the light. gather low, we thrive in the light. Through the cycle of life, from decay springs new birth. A reminder of our role on this living earth. As the dragonflies hover and the butterflies whirl, we're part of a web in this intricate world. Wings and hypha in the air and the earth. In the dance of life we find our true worth. Dragonflies dreaming, butterflies in flight. With the fun gather low, we thrive in the light. We're the fire in the light.
Until next time, keep exploring the wonderful world of mycology. Stay curious and keep those spores flourishing.